What I bought? A new Blink Mini 2K Plus smart security camera. What I got? 2K clarity sharp enough to see every detail of home when I'm away. Plus audio like I'm in the room, not with my bestie traveling to another city. Plus easy plug-in setup to install faster than skipping through podcast ads. But you'd never skip ads, right? Plus, I got all of this for just $49.99. Blink Mini 2K Plus. Mini camera, max performance. Shop now at amazon.com/blink.
I'm always looking for ways to show my cat how much I love her. And with Fancy Feast gems, I can pamper her whenever I want with a savory gravy on top of a gourmet mousse pâté. The pyramid shape makes serving simple, so all I have to do is peel and plate to make mealtime feel extra fancy. And with 2 entrees in every pack, it's easy to turn every day into the extraordinary. Fancy Feast gems.
He said, have you ever heard of Bob Vila? I said, yes, I've heard of Bob Vila. He said, well, he says he can do that, I can do that door with chewing gum and a toothpick.
This is the plaintiff, Tabitha Krim. She says she gave the defendant money to redo her kitchen and never saw him again. That's right. Turns out the defendant's nothing more than a scam artist who preys on unsuspecting women, steals their money, and thinks they can get away with it. Here she is now to show him she's going to do everything within her legal rights to get her money back in a suing for $2,400, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Richard. He says he's just a salesman who works on commission, and he sold the plaintiff a kitchen. Unfortunately, the company he used to work for seems to have gone out of business and didn't complete the plaintiff's job. Well, he's sorry, but the plaintiff's suing the wrong person because she made the check out to the company and they took her money, not him. He's accused of cashing and dashing. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $680 for lost wages and unpaid work.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Tabitha Krim?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are suing Richard. You've asked us to refer to you only by your first name, so we'll respect that. Of B Construction for $2,400 that you paid him for kitchen cabinets that you never received. You are counterclaiming against her $680 for measuring her cabinets and 2 days of missed work to come to court. Okay, tell me what is going on.
In December of 2012, I got a call from the defendant, and I previously had purchased some windows from hometown, and the defendant told me that the company had gone out of business and he had purchased it, and how was my windows? I said, my windows are fine. He said, do you need any other work done? I said, what kind of work do you do? Yes, I need a kitchen. And we discussed that he would give me, new cabinets, do a new kitchen for me. And he also said, he would do my floor. He would do the floor for free. I had a door to my kitchen trash closet, which was down. And he told me he would put that door up for me. He said, have you ever heard of Bob Vila? I said, yes, I've heard of Bob Vila. He said, well, he says he can do that, I can do that door with chewing gum and a toothpick.
Okay.
Well, anyway.
Do you enter into a contract with him?
Yes, ma'am, and I have the contract
May
right
I see
here.
it?
Yes, ma'am. He was going to do my kitchen cabinets, my countertops, and the floor, and we agreed upon a price of $6,400. And he asked for a third of that down. His brother Jimmy was the financial person.
Jimmy?
No.
Okay.
Well, anyway, Jimmy was the financial person that I discussed the price with. We came up, Richard, the defendant in agreement, for $6,400 for the cabinets. I told him the cabinets I wanted were at a store by the name of Bargain Outlet. Described the cabinets that I wanted. Yes, we'll get them. Well, that didn't happen.
What did happen? You gave him $200 that day, and then you gave him another $200.
I gave him another $200. I gave him $400 cash.
And then a few months later, you gave him $2,000.
I gave him $2,000.
So you gave him a total of $2,400.
$2,400, and I haven't seen any cabinets.
Why haven't you seen cabinets, though?
Because Richard didn't bring them.
Okay, but when you called him, he wouldn't answer your calls, or how?
No, I called, and I called Jimmy, the number you will see on the contract there, the cell number. They told me that this number was no longer in service. When I got in touch with the defendant, he told me Jimmy had Alzheimer's and was in the hospital. Alzheimer's? In the hospital? Yes, he can't talk to you. You need to talk to me. I said, well, Richard, when are you going to come out and do my cabinets? Well, we're working on a job up in Galion, Ohio, and as soon as we finish, I'll be out there. Oh, okay. Well, he didn't do that.
All right, what's going on?
Okay, my brother, also is in this industry. All right. So we were calling through some of my old hometown contracts, all right, to basically get new contracts, new business. I said, here's some of my old customers. Go ahead and call through them. And
where's your brother right now?
He didn't make it here.
Why?
He doesn't have an ID to get on the plane.
Go on.
Okay. My brother goes there, not me, and sells her a kitchen. All right. And his name's on that contract. I wasn't even there.
Where's his name on this contract?
I'd have to see it, but it should be on there. That's not my handwriting.
I don't know if this is your handwriting or not. I don't know if this is your contract or not. I have no idea.
Salesman.
What's it say? Salesman what?
Jim.
Okay.
J-I-M.
Okay. Go on.
All right. He sold her that day a kitchen. All right. Apparently, she gave him $200 that day. I was not there. I was no part of that whatsoever. Okay. I was not at her house. I didn't sell her a kitchen. Okay. My brother comes back, he says, I have a kitchen job, do you want to install it and get this job done? I've done quite a few installations for my brother. I said, that's fine.
I'm not understanding that. Your brother's in this business, and what is the name of his business?
He works for 4 different companies depending on what he sells. We sell anything from gutters, roofing, siding.
Well, I care about this case. When it's a kitchen, I'm not sure what you're saying. Who's B Construction?
That's a company that my brother and another individual in Columbus, Ohio own. They hired me to go do that physical work on her property.
So then what occurs?
I go to her house.
Yeah,
okay?
You go to her house.
The countertops, I'm measuring them up. I'm fixing her door. So I was there 2.5, 3 hours. I didn't use bubble gum. I actually used toothpicks, all right, and glue to fix her door.
No, he used chewing gum.
Okay, no,
Well,
don't just yell out when you disagree. You're going to disagree with a lot of what he says.
I use toothpicks and
I have nothing.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I watch Bob Vila too. Okay, if it works, it works. I have no.
It works. So for people at home, it does work. Okay, so I fix her door. Okay, I get all of her countertops measured. She says, I'm going to give the company another $200 payment. All right, and she did hand me $100, $200.
What'd you do with it?
I gave it to my brother. In the meanwhile, I'm asking her some questions about when should I order these cabinets, because I see it's a cash job. I've been doing this 25 years. I'm wondering, should I go ahead and order these countertops? I'm just basically talking to her. She tells me to mind my own business. That's between me and my brother.
That's
between her and Jim. Her and Jim. I said, well, are you getting the bank loan? Are you paying cash when we're done, completion?
I'm sorry, can I just ask, who got sued here? Just you or you and Jim?
Just me.
Okay, so go on.
So I go back to my brother. I said, here's the measurements. Okay, what do you want me to do with them? He said, just give them to me. When I'm ready to order them, we'll go look at them.
According to you, the person who came to you and filled out this contract was Jim or him?
He and Jim.
Together?
Came to my house all of this, what he's gibbering off now, no, ma'am, that's not true.
So now the $2,000 payment comes in February, and who accepts that?
My brother.
What account did it go into?
I don't know. Corporate account, I'm sure. Their account, B Construction. She knows who she wrote the check to. I don't know.
Are you B Construction?
No.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm an independent contractor. I'm for hire.
What do you have to do with B Construction?
I work for him.
Why won't they either give her money? I mean, this is your brother is what
Well,
you're talking
I'm
about. So
going-
before you end up on people's court of all places, I gotta imagine that you and your brother talked about this.
Correct.
Like, how come the lady doesn't have a kitchen or her
We're
money
not-
back?
I tried to communicate with her, okay, and my brother, when exactly I could go ahead and order these, all right? And then when I talked to her, it was all about the money.
So what did your brother say to you? That what? She didn't have the money and...
She was trying to buy here, pay here, more or less, the
Okay, but
cabinets.
then, okay, and so he was gonna what? He's gonna keep the money? What is it you're saying?
I can't really, I mean, I can speak for him, but I didn't ask him that exact question.
What did you ask?
I asked him basically, when I asked him over 10 times when I could install the job. I didn't have no work. I had already measured the job. I wanted to put her cabinets in. Me and Alan here, we'd like to do the job when we get back.
I want to believe that.
Right, we get paid to work.
The thing is that if I kind of think that if you wanted to do the job, you would have.
Well,
and
that's
the
not
lady you still want a kitchen. You got the money for it? You got the dough?
Yes.
Okay,
ma'am.
and you want a kitchen, right?
And I want my money that I gave him. That's what I'm here
Why?
for.
Okay, out of
I
curiosity,
want my
and
money.
why he claims that his brother's the one who did it. It's his brother's company. It's, you know.
Because he's lying.
Okay, and how do
That's
you know
why.
he's lying?
How do I know he's lying? Because he came with his brother all but one time. He and his brother sat down in my kitchen, in my family room.
And he's in charge? He's
talked,
large and in charge?
He told me, I own B Construction.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Does it sound fishy that the guy said, oh, it's not me that made the contract, it's my brother?
Very fishy.
Could it? Is it possible that two brothers are not working at all together and one brother's making the deal and the other brother's just hired by the guy?
I doubt it. No, I don't think so.
Okay, 0 to 100, 100 being you're certain that it's a scam. Where are you? 0 to 100. 110? Okay, I got you. Going inside the courtroom.
Does your brother have Alzheimer's?
My brother has brain damage right now.
Okay.
He's been diagnosed, and he can't remember more than 3 to 4 days.
Okay, I'm
My
sorry to
brother
hear
has
that.
made mistakes. We're not saying that this is a perfect.
Let me
I want to
just-
do the work. Still, we want to do it.
Yeah, well then do it. I don't believe that because
Okay.
it's not done. And I got to tell you what concerns me here,
Okay.
and that's making me very perplexed. And I don't
Okay.
get perplexed very often. You tell me that you have nothing to do with B Construction, but the number that is pre-printed on the contract that you divorce yourself from and claim you have nothing to do with is the exact number that you gave to the courthouse as your number. And
Correct.
that's the number that, how is that you have nothing to do with that corporation?
Well, my brother still has the funds.
You tell me that you have nothing to do with B Construction, but we do a little research here. And when I research the Secretary of State records for businesses in the state of Ohio,
Correct.
I see that you got a little something to do with a couple of corporations.
Correct.
When I say B Construction, it's B-E-E like a bumblebee, right? I see that you have something to do as being the...
I owned a company called B Improvement.
why don't we get a little forthright now? You gonna get forthright with me?
No,
Or-
I'm trying to answer your questions.
So you're B-E-E Improvement, and you're also B-E-E Improve It. And you're also the guy who's all over her house, but you got nothing to do with B-E-E Construction.
Well, I work there. I'm not saying I don't.
If you're just an employee, why are you counterclaiming against her for your time in measuring the thing? Wouldn't you have gotten paid for your time in measuring the thing from that corporation?
I would have got totally paid if the job would have went through.
You know what? You make me all kinds of uncomfortable.
That's fine, ma'am. You make me uncomfortable as well.
Good. I'm glad. Because you know what I think? I think you're a crook.
Oh.
I think you and your brother are crooks. I think that the reason that your brother's not here is because you were hoping that you could do this whole shady, slimy thing on your own without him. I think it's disgusting that I ended up having to bring out the Department of... I kept saying, he's going to mention it. He's going to mention the confusion between the company. None of that happens. I sit here, I ponder. I'm just an employee. I don't know why she's suing me. I don't know why she's suing me, but you're all over everything, including that the number on the contract is your number and your contact for this lawsuit. So yeah, I'm uncomfortable, and when I'm uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable, because that's how this works. So you know what? Pay the lady back the money you ripped her off of.
Yes,
$2,400 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so the defendant, Richard, come on in. How is what we saw in the courtroom not the reality of the situation? Should it have
Confusion between the salesman and the consumer.
Mm-hmm. You gonna have a word with Jimmy when?
Yes, very much so.
What are you gonna say to him?
I took a bullet for you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Right down this way.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and so you're next. Come on in here. What did you see happen in there?
What I see, I saw a show off and lies happened in there, but I'm just thankful to the judge that she gave me what I am due, my money. That's all I want is my $2,400.
How'd you get caught in this thing in the first place?
A telephone call. I won't answer no more. A telephone call.
It was a cold call right out of the blue.
Well, he said he owned B Construction.
He called you right out of the clear blue sky.
He called me out of the clear blue sky. That's what he did. I didn't call him.
And sold you.
Well,
all right.
But I'm just glad I got my money.
Harvey?
Here's the deal. This was clearly a shell game. When there are these numerous corporations, at a point, the judge can look beyond the corporations and say, look, you are taking this person for a ride. And that clearly was the case here. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Finished training for the day? Time to fight post-workout fatigue with Core Power Protein Shakes. They're packed with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle and electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to help your body replenish, rebuild, and repair post-workout so you can power on to the next one. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Visit corepower.com to learn more.
No one should have to choose between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Purina is helping to create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters through the Purple Leash Project, so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
This is the plaintiff, John Boulay. He says he was hired by the defendants to do some painting in their house, and they still owe him money, even though he completed the job. He worked his butt off for the defendants and can't understand why they're being so difficult in paying him what they owe him. He has no other choice but to bring them to court today so the judge can force them to pay up, and is suing for the $1,080 he's owed. These are the defendants, Anthony and Nancy Gagliardi. Nancy says the plaintiff was in a big rush with the job because he didn't prep any of her walls before he started painting. The guy painted over nails, for crying out loud. Who does that? He also painted over cobwebs and left dripping paint all over the place. The guy should have been happy with the money he did get out of them because the job he did was a disaster and needs to be redone by a professional. They're accused of pooping out on a poor painter. The defendants have filed a countersuit for $1,925, the cost of the new job.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff painted the defendant's house and got stiffed. But the defendants say the guy was so lame, he was painting over nails. It's the case of nail me, I'll nail you.
Thank you, Douglas. John Booley?
Yes.
You are suing on behalf of your company, John Booley Painting, Anthony Gagliardi and Nancy Gagliardi.
Yes.
Right? For $1,080, $750 of it, the balance owed on a paint job that they didn't pay you for, $300 of it for extras that you did that you now want to be paid for, and $30 for a bank fee because you bounced a check because they didn't pay you. Yeah. They have a counterclaim against you for $1,925 for the amount that they paid you for the paint job and the amount that they didn't pay you for the paint job.
Right.
How do you sue for something you didn't pay?
Well, I'm just...
It's fascinating. Wait, you know what? I want to save it. It's like the dessert. Hold on. Okay, let me hear from you.
Okay, on the 15th, I started setting up the job, putting plastic covers everywhere, and during the day I started the job, and the mister came home, and he came upstairs, he's walking around over my wet drop cloths and stuff, and he says to me about Nancy here had painted part of the hallway, and she rolled right over the woodwork and everything. So he says to me, you're going to clean that up. And I said, I didn't paint that area. Your wife did.
You were saying that a prior paint job is what spilled that paint.
It's what the roller, she rolled, when she rolled the wall, she went right down and hit the trim.
And how do you know that? She told you?
Oh, yeah, we talked about it. She
so
said,
when he said that to you, did she correct him?
I don't know. They discussed things downstairs.
Okay.
And then he left, and he called about 3 times a day to talk to his wife. I could hear him downstairs checking up on me. That was the first day. The second day, they called about 3 times a day. Nancy had made me coffee. We sat down, and Nancy was around all day with me, so we walked around, and she, if you see something, let me know. I'll touch it up. We had a good relationship going. It was great. But Mr. just kept on making me very uncomfortable by the way he talked to me. I even talked to Nancy about it, and Nancy said, well, it's just the way he is. He's Italian. And, to be knocking down my work, to be just looking over my back, to making comments.
What was the problem, though? He didn't pay you the $750, and what was the reason that he didn't pay you the $750?
He's saying on the last day, I needed to bring a bigger ladder to paint the foyer ceiling. It was like 10 by 10 or something. He's saying that the texture came down, and when I started rolling it, Your Honor, I just touched it and the texture fell down. It's that popcorn stuff, which is a mess. A lot of people have me strip it because they don't want it anymore because it's a problem. Anyways, I explained it to Nancy and them that it was. I called 3 other.
Do you typically roll a popcorn ceiling, or do you spray it?
No, you roll it with roller with ceiling paint.
So he tells you he's not going to pay you the remaining $750 because of that?
Well, it went to I was done with the job. She had some company come in, and they said, wow, beautiful job, real nice. And she agreed to me at the door, and then she said I could pick up the check that night at 9 o'clock.
So you came back at 9 o'clock.
And they weren't there.
Okay.
The lights were on in the house. We knocked 2 or 3 times. So I called him on his cell phone, and I said, I was told to pick up a check tonight, and, what's up? And he said, screaming at me, my wife said we were going to the veterinarian tonight. And I said, no, she never said nothing like that to me.
What's going on?
When I came home, after we came home from the vet, I looked at the job. The popcorn was off the ceiling, and the painting wasn't even finished yet. And this is at 10 o'clock at night.
What wasn't finished?
The ceiling. I have pictures to show.
Okay, so are you saying that he left the job
He left
and
the
said
job,
it was complete,
right,
and the ceiling wasn't finished?
Correct. And then the next morning, I told him...
What portion wasn't finished?
The whole ceiling. Where he
didn't
painted,
do any of the ceiling.
Where he painted, the popcorn came down, and you could see in the pictures how the roller stops, and he didn't continue doing the ceilings.
Because the popcorn fell down?
Yes, Your Honor. And then
Is that accurate that you didn't do the ceilings?
No, I painted the whole ceiling.
Okay, let's see the pictures.
There
was what?
I used another ceiling paint, and usually they match. It didn't match, so it was a little bit brighter of a white.
Well, that's not acceptable.
Right.
Okay,
but he was going to have the ceiling redone anyways by all his emails and stuff.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is you can't leave it like that and expect full payment.
I would have painted it, Your Honor, if the guy wasn't screaming at me and would not answer my letters.
At that point you were already saying, okay, I'm done, pay me, and that's not a way to leave it and get paid. Go ahead, go on.
He said, it's not my problem. Whoever built your house didn't prime it properly, and that's why the popcorn ceiling fell off. He says, it's not my fault, it's not my responsibility, it's yours. I want my check because I have to pay my bills. I said, John, he said, until you fix the ceiling, I'm not going to pay you.
But what about the popcorn part? I mean,
It should have been spray painted.
It came down. It's off the ceiling, Your
people
Honor.
roll popcorn. It's not like he's not the only guy who rolls popcorn.
I understand, Your Honor, but
it shouldn't fall off because you touch it with a roller.
You can see in the picture the ceiling how it's...
That's different. I see the paint thing. I also see a lot of other stuff, like the paint dripping there. Where's that?
That was the den upstairs. And
what about this? It's like lighter, like there's a chunk. What is that about?
There were spots in the walls where it wasn't all one color. You could see the white wall coming through.
I put 2 coats on, in some places 3, because the colors they choose to go over colors, it wasn't covered
Right, but this is kind of different. I don't know what's going on there. Look at that picture and tell me.
No.
It can't be a big deal. I mean, if you probably walked up, you couldn't see that it was really
He got it in a picture. It's a big deal. I mean, you could see it in a picture, and that's hard to capture. So what is that? What do you suppose is the reason for that? If there's like a mist?
It was dry there or something, or, something before on the wall, or, it didn't sink in properly, or it did sink in more than usual than other areas.
So what do you do to fix that?
You just got to let it dry and give it another coat.
Did you ever say to him, come on over and fix this stuff? And
Yes.
No.
He told us it was our problem.
Your Honor, when I talked to him on that Saturday, the only thing I mentioned to him, it was the ceiling, because he's telling me it's my responsibility, not his. So he wants me to pay him, and then I have to pay somebody else to fix his problems.
Well, what about the other stuff that you're complaining about now? Did you ever ask him to come fix that?
I never had a chance to tell him that because he wouldn't allow me to talk to him about it.
What's this?
That's the railing, the wood part, he got paint on it. He got paint on all the woodwork.
Let me have you respond to that.
Your Honor, that's the painter before. That's not me.
So the painter does a crappy job. Is he entitled to something or nothing? Let's go to Prince first.
I don't think nothing.
Nothing. He gets no money, so it's either all or nothing.
I think he gets something because he did some of the job, right?
He did some of the job, but he didn't do the job well, say.
I think some of it, but just not the full amount that it was supposed to be.
Fair enough. Okay, we're going inside the courtroom.
When was this paint? Yeah, it is the same. When was this
When I
painted
bought
before?
the house in '99.
Do you have you received a quote to fix the things that you're
Yes.
pointing out to me?
Yes. Plus, we have, Your Honor, emails from him also.
What company is this?
That's Better Business?
That's Danny's Painting. It's called Danny's Painting.
Why isn't it on there?
I don't know, Your Honor. That's the proposal he gave me.
Your Honor, I called 3 contractors.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, $2,300. The job itself, the entire job was 17.
Yeah,
but
He's out
this
of
is a
control
proposal
with the
by
whole
whom? Some scribbled signature, absolutely no company name. I mean, that's kind of lame.
I know, I said that.
Did you
when
kind of,
gave it to us.
what'd you do? Just get, buy this somewhere and
No, we
beef it
didn't,
up?
Your
Or
Honor.
did you ask
No,
somebody
we
to beef
didn't
it
make
up,
it
but
up.
they didn't want their name associated? There's no company name on here? Come on, guys.
Could I say something, Your Honor?
Yeah, tell me how it is you sue for $30 because you have too little money in the bank to have a business dispute. They didn't bounce a check, you bounced a check because you expected to get paid and didn't. They have a reason that they're withholding, and I agree with some of their reason. So how is it that they would have to pay $30 because you were tight on money that month? That's crazy.
Well,
What else did you want to say?
The contract says when job is completed, you get paid.
That's right, but the job was not complete.
And she okayed
The job
it.
was not complete. Look at me.
She
The job
okayed
was
it.
not complete. There are things there that are a problem, okay? You have a counterclaim, this is fascinating, for $1,925 because you want to sue him for the amount you didn't pay.
No, Your Honor.
Well, that's
That was a
exactly what you
mistake.
did.
That was a mistake, Your Honor. We just wanted the money that we paid.
$1,175 for the amount of the paint job plus $750 for the amount I didn't pay for the paint job.
No, it means that that's what the price was, and the $750 is what we didn't pay him. We just wanted the refund of the money that we did
And
give
not
him.
have to owe him anything.
I wish you'd brought me a legitimate quote. Because now, what do we have to do, Douglas?
Looking like a little rough justice, yeah.
And what happens when I cast rough justice? Sometimes
Usually
they're
that side's
happy.
not there.
Sometimes they're not.
No.
Right? I just got to call it. First of all, let me explain to you. I don't know that you can pin on him that using a roller was the wrong way to do it. I mean, I'm sure there's a Johnny-come-lately saying, "Oh, you have to spray the ceiling." People don't spray the ceiling. When you when you get a quote for, unless you're getting a quote for spraying it, do you understand the preparation work that is involved in spraying it? That's not what you hired him for. You hired him to roll it, so you can't really. The spray would be such a special thing where everything else has to be covered. That's not in your contract, so you don't have the right to have demanded that. I agree with him that if some of it's falling off, it's the texture of the thing itself. It's not that part. It's not his fault.
Your Honor, can I say?
No, you cannot. Yep. But the way the ceiling was left, where there's two different kinds of paints, yeah, the whole ceiling's going to have to be repainted. And the things that you're pointing out here, yeah, they're going to have to be fixed. That is not a $2,300 job. This I'm going to take and do this too, because it's the garbage that you and I both know it is. Thank you. All right? I am going to order you to pay him some of this money that's remaining, but I'm going to let you keep what I think this is going to cost to repair. And that means I'm going to order you to pay him $450 of the remaining balance and allow you to keep $300 for the repairs, the touch-ups and stuff that I think are going to need to take place. That's my verdict. And on your counterclaim, 0.
Well, that leaves the plaintiffs with some money to conduct the repairs that you need to do. What's your reaction to the outcome?
I don't think it was fair. He destroyed my house, but what are you going to do? That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm. He destroyed your house, so what do you do now? Hire the next guy? What kind of estimate was that on?
That was an estimate of a painter. That was an actual painter who has
Where was the name on there?
But that's his business. He just has his name on there. He didn't put a company name himself. But that's not a bogus type of estimate. That's a real estimate. The guy is a painter. He's licensed.
Okay. All right. Right down this way. I hope it comes out well for you. All right. So step on in here. You got all your stuff there?
Yes,
What do you got there?
I just got my paperwork.
Uh-huh. You satisfied with what you got back?
No. This person, for one, from day one was screaming at me and threatening me, and it's just very uncomfortable. You try to be a painter and you're painting and trying to do a job, and somebody's there just consistently giving you a hard time.
Okay.
I mean, the job was thoroughly done, and...
Harvey?
So here's the deal. The defendants are not entitled to get a brand new paint job. They are entitled to get a painter in to put the job in the position that it should have been had the plaintiff done a decent job in the first place. And that's it. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just
speaking into the void?
But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
These are the plaintiffs, Latrice Ray and Bianca Wright. Latrice says they rented a house from the defendant who knowingly defaulted on paying her property taxes, but renewed their lease anyway, and now won't return their hard-earned money. The defendant made fools out of them, preyed on them, and now it's time for her to face the justice system and pay them back the $9,700 she stole. This is the defendant, Joyce. She says she inherited the house the plaintiffs rented, and when she got it, the thing had $37,000 in back taxes owed on it. She informed the plaintiffs she wasn't sure if she was going to keep the house, but they signed a new lease anyway. She can't believe they're suing her since they still owe $1,100 on an unpaid water bill and lived out all the rent they paid to boot. She's accused of rotten renting.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiffs rented a house from the defendant. The house went into foreclosure, and the plaintiffs want their money back. But the defendant says that she inherited the house and back taxes as well, and the plaintiffs went in eyes wide open. It's the case of we tax our patients.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Latrice Ray and Bianca Wright?
Yes.
Who's who?
I'm Latrice.
Okay. You are suing Joyce. You've asked us not to mention your first or last name. You want to be called Joyce. Mm-hmm. Okay. For $9,700.
Yes.
For rent refunds, security deposit, and punitive damages. What's going on?
Well, Judge, we're here today because we know that we were maliciously manipulated by the defendant. Okay. We moved in with her in 2012. Everything
with her?
Moved in her
to a house that she owns. Okay.
In a house that she supposedly owned.
Okay.
2013, February, we received a certified letter by the mail and sheriff delivery that the house was being sold for back taxes. So she came in March to renew our lease. She brought a lease with her. And so we were concerned. So before we wanted to sign a lease again, we wanted to ask her what was going on about this because our names was on the letter as well. So she told us, oh, it's nothing, don't worry about it. It's only like $10,000. I'm gonna take care of it. So we had moved 3 times within the last 2 years. One to foreclosure from another home we were renting. Next, a landlord wanted to take money from us because we didn't want to give him cash. We're tired of being taken advantage of.
Okay, so in February you get a letter.
Yes.
That, I guess from the bank?
Yeah.
Or from the government?
Yes.
Do you have a copy of the letter?
Yes, I do.
Let me see.
This letter.
Okay.
And this is for back property taxes that you owed?
Yes.
When did you come into possession of the house?
I came in possession of a house in about 2006. Miss Ola, she passed away.
How did you come into possession of the house?
I was taking care of Miss Ola, me and my mother, and she just
magically left you the house?
Gave me the house, yes.
Okay, all right. So you came into possession of the house in 2006. Mm-hmm. And then never paid taxes on it, ever?
No, I paid taxes on it, Your Honor, up until 2008 when the taxes went up to...
You didn't pay in 2008?
No, I didn't pay.
Or 9, 10, 11, 12?
Right.
So it mounts up. Did you lose the house?
Yes. Okay.
Wait a second. I'm not asking you right now.
Okay.
Did you lose the house?
The house, they gave me up to August 2nd.
Well, that passed. Did you lose the house?
To pay the taxes or
And did you lose the house?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay, so has the title of the house already been changed over to the government?
You know, Your Honor, they bought the house through taxes. It was $37,000.
They bought the house through taxes. You mean that they put it up for auction and somebody else bought it at an auction and then paid off the taxes?
Yes.
Are you still living there?
Yes.
Oh, you are? Okay, so wait, okay. So you get this letter. She then brings you a lease and says, don't worry about it. You sign a new lease.
She said she brought us a lease that don't work. Yes, what you said.
Okay, and so what happens?
We went ahead, kept paying her rent.
Until when?
Up until July. Well,
Okay.
up until August. We didn't give her August rent because that date had passed, and I had contacted the number for the taxes, and they told me that the house has been sold. So she still then, after that date, called to collect rent.
After the house sold, you called to collect rent?
No.
Did you try to collect August?
No.
September?
No.
Do you have phone records to show that she's calling to collect rent?
No, I don't have phone records that she called to collect rent.
No text, nothing?
I'm sorry, but the defendant and my partner here, they are co-workers.
Did she try to collect rent from you in August or September?
We was at an event on August 6th, and she came to me and she said, Bianca, am I going to get that from you? She
okay,
asked
so
her
what
for
are
the
you
rent.
guys suing for? You want refunded to you all the rent that you paid from February through July. That's $6,600, but you lived there from February through July.
Yes.
So why would I order her to return that money to you? What was the day of the sale? Does anybody have paperwork to show the day of the sale?
August 2nd. I have it.
August the 2nd?
That was the day it was out of her hands.
Yeah.
So then why are you trying to, what day was she with you trying to get rent?
August 6th.
That sounds like you were trying to scam, everybody's a scammer. That sounds like you were trying to scam rent out of them when you didn't own it?
No, I didn't. Yeah.
No, did you ask her for rent?
No, I did not.
So she's lying about being at an event and you asking her? All right, hand me the paperwork so I can see when the house was sold. Why would you get rent back if you lived there for all those February, March, April, May, June, July, for 6 months? Why would you get to live there rent-free?
So who's more abusive, landlords or tenants? What do you think?
It's actually 50-50.
Okay, she's right down the middle, which means non-committal. What do you think?
I say tenants because they don't own it. They don't own it.
Okay, that's a fair theory. Last word.
It can be either one.
God, nobody wants to commit here. Going inside the courtroom.
I looked at it as though she knew taxes was owed before she had us re-sign that lease. We wouldn't have re-signed the lease with her if we would have known $37,000 was owed on that because, I mean,
but you're still there now.
Right.
Right, so you're like you're still living there.
Right.
The people who
Bought the house were-
bought the house, are they evicting you?
No, they told us when we went to court on the 12th to meet to find out our rights.
Wait, you went to court on the 12th to do what?
This was to go to court to find out what our rights were on the 12th.
But what do you mean go to court with who?
The new owners she was supposed to be there too. She didn't go.
Okay, with the new, so you're in court with the new owners in order to what? For them to tell you whether they're going to let you stay there. And what did they tell you?
They told us we would hear from them within 30 to 60 days. So we've been saving our money, putting our money up because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and they didn't say, and in the meantime, pay rent?
No.
Oh, you got a big bonanza going on, don't you? You're still there. You want punitive damages because she couldn't come up with the tax money?
Because I think you think that in
she
February,
came to me. Stop and listen to what you're saying. You want me to tell her that in February when she gives you, because she wants to keep the house and she wants to keep collecting rent, but she can't come up with the money. And as it turns out, she can't pay the back taxes in August. But you want me to conclude that she knew that in February and therefore she owes you 10 grand. It sounds ridiculous when I put it that way, doesn't it? And you want me to punish her for not having the money to come up, to keep the house. I'd like to smack her around because I do think that she did know that she didn't own the house when she was trying to get rent from you then. But she didn't succeed in getting the rent from you then. So, now what? Yeah?
Well, I was only thinking that because she lost the house due to the taxes, and I thought that didn't have nothing to do with us with the house.
It doesn't. It doesn't have a darn thing to do with you. She lost the house because she couldn't pay taxes. That's between her, the government, and the new buyer. You're just a tenant who lived there February through July, so you're not going to get that back.
Okay.
And who is still living there, in fact, rent-free, so you're not going to get punitive damages.
Wow.
That's right. Everything that she did wrong, or that she was unable to muster, or what she couldn't afford to pay, does not mean a $10,000 recovery for you guys. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
Wow.
No, the plaintiffs are still living there, but they come out of the courtroom empty-handed. Just step a little forward a little bit. Tell me, what's your reaction to the judge's ruling?
Well, we've already lost the money, so it's not like, this was just a fighting chance to see what we could.
You kind of threw it up there and tried to see what would stick, huh? Kind of.
Well, trying to see what our rights were. We don't know. We're going through this, and it's a learning process.
Mm-hmm. So you thought your rights might be to keep some of this $9,700.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When she comes to the house bragging about that she had a good run.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a malicious attempt to take money from us.
All right. So you're worried you might get evicted?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. She's secure. We're not.
Luck. All right. Good luck. Good luck with it. Well, here you are. What's your feeling about the outcome here?
I feel that it was justified. They lived in the house. They stayed there. I collected the rent up. I even have letters that they wrote, that I have, that they wrote, in July. So, but I didn't get a chance to say that, but it's okay.
All right, follow this gentleman around
You
the
have a
corner.
good day.
Harvey?
The plaintiffs have no business being in the defendant's business. The fact is, even if the defendant lost the house, if the plaintiffs live there, the plaintiffs have a legal obligation to pay rent. If you use something, you have to pay value for what you use.